The time lapse that you just saw was generated using AI. Even the prompts to create those images were generated using AI. And in this video today, I'm going to show you how you're going to use ChatGPT to generate image prompts, then use Google AI Studio to generate images for free. And later on, I'm going to show you how you can turn those images into time lapse and animate them using Kling AI. In the last and the fourth step of the video, we're going to be actually patching multiple animations together to build the time lapse using Wondershare Filmora and then exporting the final output. So stick till the end of the video, and I'm going to make sure that you understand how you can make these time lapses and actually use this practically. If you're an architect, you can put this time lapse into your presentation or proposal to give your proposal a power boost. So with that said, let's get started with the video. Hi and welcome back to SkillCurb. This is Hosham Reyes and we're finally getting started with this video. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can generate professional prompts and then generate your render images, which later on you're going to animate using Kling AI, and using any video editor, we're going to turn this into a time lapse. So let's get started with this video. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be asking ChatGPT to give us 3 prompts. One is the scene 1 where we do not have anything, the base render. Then I want to have an in development render where half of the construction is done. And the last or third stage render is going to be where we have everything done and the final look. So let's go ahead and ask GPT to do that. So there you go. We have our 3 generated prompts right here. So the first one is going to be an empty construction site with no development yet. Then we're going to have a second scene, which is house half constructed. And the last one is going to be a fully constructed final house. So let's just go ahead and copy these prompts. And I'm just going to go ahead and dump this inside my Google AI Studio Nano Banana. So I can just drop the prompt right here. And as you can see, I have chosen the image. And here you can see I've chosen the model Nano Banana. We could have gone with Nano Banana Pro, but that's only for paid users. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to spend as little as possible to build these time lapses. So the Nano Banana Gemini 2.5 Flash image model is good enough for this example. All right. The next thing that you can do is you can change the aspect ratio if you wanted to. This is an option that wasn't there before, but now it is here. So you can go and be more custom about it. But I'm just going to leave this as auto because in the prompts, I made sure that the camera angle and the aspect ratio is consistent throughout all these 3 frames. So I'm just going to go ahead and run. Now, one thing that you should remember while you're generating the image for the second scene, what you need to do is you actually need to give it the first image as reference. So we have the first construction site image right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and download this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in that same image, upload that. And then I'm going to go with the second prompt, which is the house half constructed. So I'm just going to copy this. Let's go ahead and paste that right here and run. So now it will have a reference. And there you go. We have the half construction image right here. And you can see that the frame is actually consistent right here. So if you look at this tree right here and the same tree is here, also the clouds are consistent. So this will help us a lot when we're going to animate this using Kling AI. So we have the second scene here. Now I'm again going to give it a reference and then I'm going to ask it to generate the final output. So let's go ahead and drop in the second scene. And here I'm going to paste in the prompt that we generated for the fully constructed final house. Let's copy this and paste that right here. And let's go ahead and run. All right, so here's the final output. The background is still consistent. We just have some grass here and the final house. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to download this. Now, you must have a question, why did not we use custom prompts and why did we generate using ChatGPT? Now, as you can see, you don't have to be a professional prompt engineer to do this. You can just go ahead, dump your idea right here in ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to be the professional prompt engineer for you and generate these scene prompts. Then you can just go ahead and generate the images. Now, once you have the images out, the third step is going to be quite crucial. And for that, you might need to go with a paid option. I already got some bonus credits from Kling AI. So I'm just going to go ahead to Kling AI. So right here in Kling AI, we're going to be using the AI video generator image to video. And here we're going to give it the start frame and the end frame. So in the start frame, you're going to upload the empty plot. In this end frame, we're going to be uploading the half construction. Prompt here is optional, but I would highly recommend that you give it a prompt to be more specific with your animation. So for this, I'm going to head back to ChatGPT and generate the prompts for this animation as well. So this way you're working smartly and making ChatGPT your prompt engineer as well. So let's go ahead back to ChatGPT. So there you go. We have the transition prompt for scene 1 to scene 2, and this looks really professional. So create a smooth time-lapse transition from an empty, untouched construction plot to a half-built house. Keep the camera completely fixed with identical framing. This is really important that you keep the camera fixed so that it actually looks like a time lapse or not a multi-angle shot. Also, we need some other factors consistent like the focal length, angle, and perspective. And begin with the bare plot, flat soil, ground markers, and no development. And gradually it's going to reveal early construction activity, foundation appearing, and partial brick walls rising. So this looks a really, really well written prompt. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Now you must be wondering what prompt did I give ChatGPT to get this output? So you can see I gave it a really simple prompt. I just poured out my thoughts and it generated this for me. So I said, I want to generate a time lapse. So give me a prompt that I can give a video editor to transition from scene 1 to scene 2 and scene 2 to scene 3. As ChatGPT keeps the context, so we generated the scenes right here. So that's why it was easier for it to understand the scenes as well and make it look like a time lapse. And I made sure that I tell it that it has to keep the camera angle constant. So that's that. Let's go ahead and just copy this prompt. And back here in Kling AI, I can just go ahead and paste that right here. Now you can add sound effects if you wanted to, but we're going to just leave this as it is and use the default sounds. And you can go ahead and change the output right here, whether you want a 5-second clip or a 10-second clip. I'm going to go with the 5-second clip because we're going to actually merge two different clips and we're going to show a time lapse. So I'm just going to keep it short. So a 5-second clip right here. And let's just go ahead and generate. Now, while this is being generated, I can just go ahead and animate the rest of the time lapse, which means I'm just going to go ahead and animate from scene 2 to scene 3. So let's go ahead and upload scene 2, which is this one. Then we're going to go ahead and upload scene 3. So we have scene 2 as start and scene 3 as the ending. Now let's go ahead and paste in the prompt. For that, I'm just going to go back to ChatGPT here, copy this prompt where we're going to transition from scene 2 to scene 3, create a seamless time-lapse transition from a half-built house to a fully completed structure, and keep the same locked camera angles, framing, focal length, and perspective. Again, a very well-written prompt. Back here in Kling AI, I'm just going to paste that right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on generate. All right, so while the second transition is still being generated, we have the results for the first one. So you can see this is there. Now the tool that we're going to be using to patch up both of these transitions is going to be Wondershare Filmora. Now why did I choose Wondershare Filmora? Because it is quite simple yet effective and helpful. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop in both of the videos right here. All right, so this is the scene number 1. I'm just going to go ahead and drag this right here, match to media. And I'm going to go ahead and drag this one right here. So this is all you have to do. Drag and drop them in sequence in the timeline and everything will fit just right. So let me go ahead and play this first and then we're going to render it or export it. So let's go ahead and play. So that is the end result that we got using AI. We didn't have to do any prompting ourselves. Now you can just go ahead and export this to your desired location wherever you want to. And I'm just going to keep the best settings here so that we have high quality export. So there you go. We have the final output right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this. Now this looks like a very clean time lapse. Now you can add this time lapse into your presentations or your project proposals if you're an aspiring architect, and you can actually boost your proposal game. So with that said, I want to wrap this video for now. I hope this video was helpful for you to understand how you can build these time lapses for a practical use. If you found this video insightful, hit that like button, share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below, ring that notification bell to never miss out on the daily updates. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay curious and keep exploring.